The laugh came out of her phone before I could stop it, light and careless, and it wasn't hers. For a second, my brain refused to process what my ears had already accepted. I stood frozen in the kitchen, her phone warm in my hand, the sound echoing off the quiet walls like it didn't belong there, like it had wandered into the wrong life. She spun around from the sink. "What are you doing?" I looked at her, my wife of 9 years, and felt something inside me tilt. "Who is that?" She frowned, already annoyed. "What are you talking about?" I held the phone up slightly. The voice memo timer was still running, the waveform pulsing like a heartbeat. "That laugh. Who is it?" She rolled her eyes. "Oh my God. You're being paranoid again." Again. That word landed hard. I stopped the recording and set the phone on the counter between us. The kitchen smelled like soap and half-cooked dinner. Ordinary. Too ordinary for what was happening. "I wasn't snooping," I said. Your phone lit up. The screen turned on. I heard it. She crossed her arms, defensive. "It's probably just background noise. I record memos all the time to remember ideas." "That didn't sound like background noise," I said quietly. "It sounded like someone right next to you." She laughed then, sharp and dismissive. "You're seriously doing this?" Over a laugh. I didn't answer. I couldn't. Because my chest was tight and my thoughts were already running ahead of me, replaying the last few months like scenes I'd ignored. Her staying late to decompress. The way she angled her phone away from me. How she'd sigh whenever I asked simple questions, like I was exhausting her just by caring. She picked up the phone and slipped it into her pocket. "I can't deal with this right now. I've had a long day." "So have I," I said. And I came home to someone else's laugh in my kitchen. She stared at me, eyes cold. "You're imagining things." She walked past me, shoulders stiff, leaving the smell of her shampoo behind. Lavender. Familiar. And suddenly unbearable. That night she fell asleep quickly. I didn't. I lay staring at the ceiling, listening to the rhythm of her breathing, wondering when exactly it stopped syncing with mine. I told myself I was overthinking. That stress can make you suspicious. That marriages go through phases. But doubt is a seed. Once planted, it doesn't need much to grow. Over the next few days, I paid attention in ways I hadn't before. Not obsessively. Just honestly. I noticed how she smiled at her phone before quickly locking it. How she took calls outside. How she seemed irritated by my presence in rooms we used to share easily. One evening, she left her phone on the couch when she went to shower. It buzzed once. Twice. I didn't move. I stared at it like it might bite me. The screen lit up with a notification. No name. Just a contact photo. A man I didn't recognize. My heart thudded painfully. I didn't pick up the phone. I didn't open the message. I didn't need to. The photo was enough. When she came back, towel wrapped around her hair, she saw the look on my face immediately. "What now?" she asked, exhausted. "Who is he?" I asked. Her eyes flicked to the phone, then back to me. "You're unbelievable. Just answer me." She sighed dramatically. "He's a coworker. We're friends. That's it." "Does he laugh in your voice memos too?" Her jaw tightened. "You're twisting everything." "Then untwist it," I said. "Help me understand." She shook her head. "I shouldn't have to justify every interaction because you're insecure." The word cut deeper than she knew. Insecure. Like this was about my weakness, not her secrecy. "I'm not insecure," I said. "I'm confused. And hurt." She softened for a moment. "Just a crack. You've been distant too. You barely talk anymore." "I talk," I said. "You don't listen." Silence stretched between us. She looked away first. "I'm going to bed," she said. I watched her walk down the hallway, feeling like I was watching someone slowly leave without packing a bag. The next day at work, I couldn't focus. Every sound made me jump. Every notification on my phone felt like a threat. I replayed that laugh over and over in my head. The ease of it. The intimacy. That night, after she fell asleep, I sat in the living room alone. Her phone was charging on the table. I stared at it for a long time, arguing with myself. Trust. Privacy. Marriage. And then the memory of her calling me paranoid. My hand shook as I picked it up. I didn't scroll through everything. I didn't need to. I opened the voice memos. There were dozens. Short ones. Long ones. Some recorded in the car. Some late at night. Played one. Her voice filled the room. Soft. Intimate. Then the laugh again. Clearer this time. Mail. Close. Another memo. Talking about her day. A pause. A reply from him, faint but unmistakable. This wasn't accidental. This wasn't background noise. This was company. I sat there in the dark, phone glowing, heartbreaking slowly, painfully, like it wanted me to feel every crack. When she woke up the next morning, I was still there. She stopped short. Why are you up so early? I looked at her and realized something had changed. Not her. Me. We need to talk, I said. Her shoulders slumped. About what? About the truth, I said. And whether you're ready to stop calling me paranoid for hearing it. Her face went pale. And in that moment I knew. Whatever came next wouldn't be small. Whatever she'd been hiding was already louder than her denial. And that laugh wasn't the beginning. It was just the first sound of everything falling apart. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't need to. The truth had already done that for me. She stood there in the doorway, hair still messy from sleep, eyes searching my face like she might find mercy there. For a moment I saw the woman I married. The one who laughed easily. The one who used to crawl back into bed just to talk. That made it hurt more. You went through my phone, she said quietly. I listened to what you recorded, I replied. There's a difference. Her lips parted then closed. She walked into the living room and sat on the edge of the couch, folding in on herself. I didn't mean for you to hear that. That doesn't answer anything. She rubbed her palms together, a nervous habit I hadn't seen in years. It started as nothing, just talking. I needed someone to listen without fixing me. I listened, I said. I always tried to. You listen like a husband, she said softly. He listened like a stranger. That sentence landed harder than any accusation. So you gave him pieces of you that used to be mine. She didn't deny it. That was the worst part. I felt invisible, she said. I felt like I was disappearing into routine. Every day was the same. Work, home, sleep. We stopped asking each other real questions. I sat down across from her, the distance between us suddenly enormous. And instead of telling me you were lonely, you recorded your days for another man. Tears filled her eyes. I didn't think it would go this far. But it did. She nodded. Yes. The room felt heavy, like it was holding its breath. Is it physical? I asked. Her silence was answer enough. Say it, I whispered. Yes, she said, barely audible. I closed my eyes. There it was. The moment I'd been bracing for. It didn't feel dramatic. It felt dull. Like a deep bruise you press on just to confirm it's real. How long? 2 months. 2 months of laughter I wasn't part of. 2 months of lies dressed up as privacy. Do you love him? I asked. She shook her head immediately. No. I don't even know him the way I know you. I liked who I was when I talked to him. That hurt in a different way. So you found yourself, I said bitterly. Just not with me. She flinched. I wasn't trying to leave you. But you did, I said. Piece by piece. She started crying then. Quietly. No sobbing. Just tears slipping down her face like they'd been waiting. I didn't want to hurt you, she said. I was scared to admit I wasn't happy. And now? I asked. She looked up at me, eyes red. Now I'm terrified I ruined everything. I leaned back, staring at the floor. You didn't ruin everything alone. We stopped checking in. We stopped asking how the other was really doing. I thought stability meant silence. And I thought excitement meant escape, she said. We sat with that for a long time. I don't know what happens next, she said. But I'll end it. I'll do whatever it takes. I looked at her, really looked. She wasn't evil. She wasn't heartless. She was human. Flawed. Lonely. And still responsible for her choices. I believe you, I said. But belief doesn't rebuild trust. And I don't know if I have the strength to try right now. Her shoulders sagged. So you're leaving? I'm stepping back, I said. I need to hear my own thoughts again. She nodded slowly. I understand. That afternoon I packed a small bag. Not because I was done, but because I needed space that wasn't poisoned by questions. At the door she stopped me. "I wish you'd pushed harder," she said. I turned to her. "I wish you'd spoken sooner." We didn't hug. We didn't promise anything. Some endings don't come with neat lines. Living alone was strange at first. Quiet in a way that felt too loud. But slowly I started noticing myself again. My thoughts. My needs. The ways I'd ignored my own loneliness trying to be strong. Weeks passed. We talked occasionally. Carefully. She told me she was in therapy. That she'd cut contact completely. I told her I was learning to stop swallowing discomfort just to keep the peace. One evening I replayed the voice memo one last time. Not to torture myself but to release it. The laugh didn't hurt the same anymore. It sounded distant. Unimportant. What mattered more was what I'd learned. When someone tells you you're paranoid but your heart keeps whispering otherwise, listen. When love starts feeling quiet in the wrong way, speak up. And never trade your self-worth for the comfort of pretending everything is fine. I don't know if our marriage will survive. Some things can be repaired. Some things teach you and let go. But I know this. I won't ignore my voice again. I won't dismiss my instincts. And I won't call myself weak for wanting honesty. Because the moment I stopped believing her excuses, I finally started believing myself. And that wasn't the end of my life. It was the first honest sound of it beginning again.